The impact on the United States of Lutherans cannot be understated. Looking at the celebrations that occurred in Washington, D.C. in May of 1884, with the unveiling of his statue, from the pulpits of every denomination, with the exception of Roman Catholics, came words praising Martin Luther. Only the Baptists had some restraint. And American Lutherans were by no means the only ones to make contributions to the construction of the Luther Monument in Washington, D.C. It was members of other denominations who had also added their monies. This is from Layman's works. The immigration of Lutherans, like all other immigrants, occurred in waves. I will be discussing the waves that occurred between the 1800s and the early 1900s. The earliest Lutheran immigrants were Scandinavians, Dutch, and German Lutherans. The first permanent colony settled by the Lutherans was in the West Indies, but by the 1620s there were settlements of Lutherans along the Hudson River in what is now the states of New York and New Jersey. By the late 1800s, there were 20-plus Lutheran church bodies that would ultimately merge to become the American Lutheran Church. Massive immigration from traditionally Lutheran countries had started as a result of several factors. One was the end of the Napoleonic Wars in 1815. The end of the war did not end the suffering of the people who had suffered famine in the aftermath of the sustained warfare that had destroyed the farms and displaced many peoples. Two, revolutions in France that spread to Germany. These sparked interests of the liberals in Germany. The government reacted by cracking down on the dissidents. These people looked for a place to move that allowed for more freedoms. And three, in 1871, Germany was unified under Kaiser Wilhelm I. An unexpected result of this is that 1.4 million Germans left Germany in the decades just following this unification. The result of the events in Europe that occurred between 1840 and 1875, 58 synods were formed in the United States. Another result was that in 1847, the Missouri Synod of the Lutheran Church was founded by German immigrants to combat what they saw as the liberalization of Lutheranism in America. This event caused for a call from the Lutherans that had already migrated to send back a request to Germany for more Lutheran preachers and immigrants. Frederick Weineken, who had come to America in 1838, issued an appeal to his fellow citizen Germany for spiritual help for the German Lutherans in America. He presented that a majority of the German Lutherans in America were removed from the services of the church. This event played into the events that were occurring in Europe at the time to make it easier for Lutherans, both German and the Scandinavians, to come to the United States. Among these groups of immigrants, there was a large percentage of farmer and agricultural workers that had been displaced either because of the wars or the unification of Germany. Many of these later immigrants moved into the Midwest where they could farm. The impact of this various waves of Lutheran immigrants had the most impact in what has become the American breadbasket. So the result was the Lutheran Church of America was calling back to the Lutheran Church in Germany and Scandinavia, asking for more Lutheran preachers and more Lutherans. As they moved forward, many of them were farmers. The result was that the American breadbasket was formed, and the Lutheran Church in America maintained a more traditional form of that religion. Thank you very much.